when we look at the efficacy, we can't help but think both as individuals and as populations. So 90% is such a great number, but as an individual, you would think, wow, I've got a 1 in 10 chance still, even though I've gotten the Moderna vaccine, I've got a 1 in 10 chance of still getting COVID. That might be what you draw from that conclusion. But in reality, if you had 90% of the population vaccinated that had that type of efficiency, there is a number where the virus just sort of burns out. And I'm sure it's much lower than 90. I'm not asking you to be an epidemiologist, but what is that number for, because 6 months from now, we may not be 90, we may be 80. 6 months from then, we may be 70, we may be 60. But can't you keep this virus under control even at 50%?
So I think it's a bit too early to know, Joe, exactly what is required, as Dr. Fauci and others have said. What I think this really shows is what we have been saying for now months, is that we believe we're all going to need boosting. And as you know, Moderna has been very active in its boosting strategy. We're testing 3 different strategies in parallel to make sure we pick the best one. We're testing in the clinic right now, boosting with a currently authorized vaccine. And we believe that's going to be helpful because you're basically going to boost all the neutralizing antibodies to people who have received vaccinations already.
And
we're also testing, as you know, a new program called mRNA 1273.351, which is 100% copy of the full spike protein of the virus variant first identified in South Africa. And we're also testing a combo of those two, 50-50 mass ratio, product called 1273.211. And so we actually put out yesterday a preclinical paper showing that those boosting strategy with variant vaccines show very high neutralizing antibodies. And so we are pretty confident that as we get the data in the coming weeks in humans, we should see the same thing.
Which is part of the promise of this very agile technology, the messenger RNA technology. So you could boost just normal immunity to the original COVID and combine it with some sequences for some of the variants in the booster and do that fairly quickly and fairly easily.
Correct. And the regulators have given very clear guidelines. They do not need efficacy study, but neutralizing antibody in people that were vaccinated a year ago. We are doing this currently. So I think it's going to be a few months to getting that data ready to file to the regulators. Our goal is to work really hard to get this ready before the fall. I want to make sure there are boost vaccines available in the fall so that we protect people as we go into the next fall and next winter season in the U.S.
Shepard Smith here. Thanks for watching CNBC on YouTube.